Good morning, Patriots Nation. It is your boy, Patriots Global, here with a new video on what the Patriots should do at the wide receiver position. They started, before week one with the most stacked wide receiver core in the league, and by week one, it was our biggest need. I think the first step was releasing Austin Carr was not the smartest move. I know that Belichick was like, all right, I need to release this guy. Like, we don't need a wide receiver. We're stacked. I don't really need him. I think we'll be fine. He lets him go. What happens? New Orleans signs him, and now he's with the Saints. I think Belichick's looking back at it now, guys, and thinking, maybe I should have. I think that we could have found a spot for Austin Carr, but I think that he was trying to keep that for Lucien. Next comes Malcolm Mitchell, and I think that Malcolm Mitchell would have had a breakout year. I think with all the receivers going down and having a year with Tom Brady, I think that Brady has a little bit more confidence with Mitchell, and he could be throwing down and getting way more passes than he did last year. But because he was put on IR with an injury, he'll be out for the minimum of 8 weeks. So that hurts our wide receiver core even more than it did before. And we only heard about this right before week one. So why did he wait to put, Mitchell on IR? I'm not sure, guys, but I think that was another move that is going to, kind of leave us starving. Is you have Malcolm Mitchell out now too, who didn't have the, best breakout year last season, but he made good plays, he made good catches. He was Tom Brady's like one of his go-to men, and he's not going to be there this season. Like I talked about before, guys, I think Belichick didn't put Austin Carr on the team because I think that he wanted to leave room for Devin Lucien. Yes, Devin Lucien did not make it on the roster, but Devin Lucien did make it on the practice squad until this morning. As you know, the Colts signed wide receiver Devin Lucien off our practice squad this year, and I just find that a little bit aggravating that, the Colts have signed pretty much all our players, so basically half their team is our players. They have Mingo, they have Jabal Shear, they have Jacoby Brissett, and now they have Devin Lucien. I guess when you can't beat the Patriots, you just try to take their players. But I think Lucien would have had a good year with Brady. This is his second season. I think Brady can, definitely would have been able to make some plays. Lucien is a good receiver. He's a legitimate good receiver that I think could have made an impact, and I think could have been good with Brady. But sadly, the Colts did take him, so nothing's going to happen now. Then there's Julian Edelman, who sadly did get injured during the third week of preseason. It was the beginning of the game, like maybe 5 plays in the drive, and he got injured, and Edelman will be out for the season. This was Tom Brady's go-to man. This is the guy who Tom Brady was throwing to on most third downs, and that's how we were completing third downs. Like, Tom Brady and Julian Edelman are like the white chicks. Like, they are each other's go-tos. Like, and there's nothing more to say about that. Edelman will never be able to be replaced by any wide receiver. There might be talent, but there will never be the confidence and the trust that Tom Brady had throwing the ball to Julian Edelman. And that's what people forget, is that people think that you can just throw the ball to a great receiver and it won't matter. You need the trust. Then there is Danny Amendola, who we were all expecting to have such an amazing year this year, but sadly, Dola did go down in the previous game against the Chiefs with a head injury. There has been no update, and it has been tomorrow will be a week, and we still haven't heard anything about when he will return. Him and Hightower did miss today's practice, so I don't know what that's going to mean for them. Best wishes to them. I hope, that they get better. My prayers are with them. But this is a guy that Tom Brady said that he had the trust with, and that Dola was going to have to step up because Edelman was out. If Dola gets injured, where does that leave Tom Brady with trusting and, throwing the ball to wide receivers? I don't know, especially because Gronk has not been himself. Do I think Gronk will snap back into it? I do, but Gronk has not been the person that Gronk has been, especially last week versus Kansas City Chiefs. So the question comes down to, what do I think the Patriots should do at wide receiver? I think the Patriots' number one thing is they need to make sure that these wide receivers stay healthy. I know they can't help injuries, but they got to try their best to do that, because more receivers that go down, it's not going to help us, because at least the players we have now are trying to build more of that trust with Tom Brady. But if they're going down and then it's wide receiver next, wide receiver next, wide receiver next, not everyone's going to have that trust with Tom Brady, which is key to having a good quarterback wide receiver tandem. Next, I think what the Patriots are going to do is they're going to start working out wide receivers. They're going to, they're going to get an undrafted free agent, and they're going to start looking at them to see if there's someone that they want. Maybe put some players on the practice squad now that, spots have been open. But the Patriots will not, and I repeat, will not make a huge wide receiver move. I don't see Anquan Boldin making the team. I know Anquan Boldin would love to play with the Patriots, but that is not going to happen, as I don't see the Bills just letting him go to a contender, especially after all the players that they let go to us already. It just will not happen. So, do I think that this year is going to be scary? I do. I do believe in the Madden curse. I don't believe that it's, if you're on the cover, you're going to get injured. I believe that the Madden curse hits you hardest where, where you would least expect it. I think Brady was expecting that it was going to be that he was going to get injured, but I think it's going to hit Brady in a harder spot. Brady's not going to have as good of a year. Brady is going to look not as sharp. I think that, players are going to get injured, and it's not going to be good for him. I think that's what the Madden curse is going to do to him this year. And I do believe in a guy that has been proven before. If anyone can beat it, though, it is Tom Brady. I believe in this team. We are on to the Saints. Blitz for 6. If there's anything that you guys want to see below, comment it, and I'll make sure to do it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more news on the New England Patriots. It's your boy, Patriots Global. Thanks for watching.